You're, hey, what's the deal? QS, Quantum, Quandine, back at it with another stream, you dig? Hey, shouts out to 500 subs. I rock with y'all the long way. No cap. Hey, I did not expect for my sub count to grow like that, like for real, for real. So I love each and every one of y'all from the bottom of my heart, for real. And also the Ruben Slikk documentary, dog. Like, yo, I posted that on his birthday thinking it was probably gonna get like 100, 200 views. We had like 16,000 views right now. That shit's crazy, dog. So, that being said, I did dedicate 20,000 views in that video to doing another Ruben Slikk video. I already recorded the iceberg video when I recorded the reaction to the documentary, but I'm gonna go ahead and redo it just so I can give you guys like the best quality possible because y'all really deserve it type shit. That being said, I got a lot of unanswered questions from that documentary, you feel me? Like a shit ton of unanswered questions. So I've been going through the Ruben Slikk Discord, the Ruben Slikk Reddit, just going through stories, this and that, trying to piece together everything I can about this Ruben Slikk lore. Because honestly, bro, it's so fucking deep. Like, and I've been following dudes since 2012, and like, there's just more and more lore, and I can't really recognize what's fiction and what's fact sometimes. Because I mean, we got a lot of different accusations against this man on the internet. You feel me? And not only that, from what I'm seeing, his parents also got some type of allegations on the internet. So we're going to review that. We're going to review the Jerry Dubb situation. And then I'm also going to look into Lofty 305's interview just to see if I can extrapolate any kind of data from that in regards to Ruben Slick's childhood upbringing. Because Lofty 305 really does seem like the angelic version of Ruben Slikk. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get to some of this research. And yeah, if you want to go ahead and join along with me, feel free. So this first story is Ruben Slick's parents disbarred. Now, I don't know if this is fact or fiction. Like I said, I'm just merely looking up information, trying to determine what's real and what's not, so I can go ahead and, work on these videos type shit. But this one kind of threw me for a loop. So it said, recently came across something I thought you guys might be interested in. This is in the Ruben Slick subreddit, and it appears that Ruben's parents were both disbarred in 2007. It says they received an $821,000 loan that was supposed to be applied to a mortgage, but the money was not put towards the mortgage. It is not exactly clear what the situation was. So I did pull up a couple of these documents here. First one is from Jack's Daily Record. Supreme Court disbars 8, none from area. The Florida Bar State Guardian for the Integrity of the Legal Profession recently announced the Florida Supreme Court in recent court orders disciplined 29 attorneys, disbarring 8, suspending 13. So you see down here, we have Marie Gilbert Thompson and Ruben Torrance Thompson. Now, before we jump out the window and just assume these are Ruben Slick's parents, okay? Now, the man's name is Ruben Thompson as well. I don't know if that's his dad off tops, but he did say his parents were lawyers, okay? Any Ruben Slick fan knows that he has lawyers for parents. So we're going to go ahead and continue reading this. Marie Gilbert Thompson, Miami, disbarred effective 30 days from October 18th court order. Thompson failed to comply with the subpoena for her trust amount records. Records of a real estate transaction obtained from third parties showed that she received nearly $821,000 for a payment of a mortgage loan. She failed to apply the trust funds to the specific purpose of paying off the mortgage and had insufficient funds to do so. Ruben Torrance Thompson, Miami, disbarred effective 30 days from October 18th court order. Ruben Thompson failed to comply with the subpoena for his trust account records. Records of a real estate transaction obtained from third parties showed that he received nearly $8,221 for payment of a mortgage loan. He failed to apply the trust funds to the specific purpose of paying for the mortgage and had insufficient funds to do so. So yeah, this is the same exact situation. Their husband and wife apparently got a loan for 800 racks. It was supposed to be applied to a mortgage, but they said, hey, I robbed too much and just got the fuck up out of here with that loan. I did pull a couple more pieces of paperwork from this. This is the actual, I think, subpoena, if I'm not mistaken. This is Ruben Torrance and Marie Thompson. My bad. Ruben Torrance Thompson and Marie Gilbert Thompson versus U.S. Bank National Association as trustee for the Seabass mortgage loan. So yeah, this is basically the paperwork they got hit with. I got another one over here. Order of disbarment. So after that situation, both of them end up getting disbarred. I'm going to go ahead and run through this paperwork real quick. The Supreme Court of Florida has entered an order of disbarment date October 18, 2007, disbarring this attorney. Hey, shouts out Still Backwood for the follow. I rock with you the long way. That order of disbarment was predicated upon a disbarment on consent entered between the attorney and the Florida Bar. Rule 6B of the Southern District of Florida Attorney Discipline Rules provides an attorney who shall be disbarred on consent or resign from the bar of any other court while an investigation is pending shall cease to be permitted to practice before this court and be stricken from the roll of attorneys admitted to practice before this court. Blah, 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 blah. Ordered that the name above attorney be disbarred from practice in this court effective immediately. It is further ordered that the clerk of court shall strike this attorney from the roll of attorneys of the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida and shall also immediately revoke her CMECF password. If it is further ordered by this court that said attorney advise the clerk of the court of all pending cases before this court in which she is counsel or co-counsel of record. It is further ordered by this court that the clerk of court shall attempt to serve by certified mail a copy of this order of disbarment upon the attorney at her court record address. Yeah, so she got served these papers in real life, chat. They had to come with the police officer, hand her this paperwork in real life and said, yeah, bro, you kicked off the island. All right, we rock with you the long way, cuz. But that scamming, that finessing, nah, we can't do that. So yeah, both parents got disbarred, bro. Husband and wife, lawyers, out of here. Honestly, crazy work. So yeah, this is once again Marie Gilbert Thompson disbarred. I did see in this Reddit post that she supposedly is training to be a lawyer again, but I don't think she passed the bar or something. And then I also found, I don't know if this is Ruben Slick's father, bro, but Ruben Thompson is a notary republic, which makes sense considering that he was previously a lawyer, that he would move into being a notary republic. And I ain't gonna hold you, bro. He kind of looked like Ruben, bro. Like, I know his name is Ruben, but he kind of looked like Ruben Slick, cuz. So, yeah, I don't know if this is fact or fiction. I'm just merely reading the information that I gathered. But I just wanted to run that by you and see how you guys felt about that. It's saying that Ruben Slick's parents were both disbarred. Crazy work. So we got a couple comments in this subreddit. This guy says, it sounded like the lawyers were involved in a very large land purchase, 1,200 acres, and once the money for the purchase was transferred to their joint escrow account, they took the money for themselves rather than use it to pay for the property. They then gave fake closing paperwork to make it look like the property was actually purchased. God damn. They sold the zoo mansion less than a year after they got caught, probably to pay restitution. Ruben's mother has tried twice, once in 2017, once in 2022 to get reinstated, but has failed both times. So I don't know if this guy knows something that I don't know, but it is sounding like this could possibly actually be Ruben Slick's parents. They were disbarred here. This person said, I put Ruben's full name into Google, pretty generic name, but surprisingly it led me to his parents' full names. His parents don't have much of an internet presence other than court docs. So naturally, that's what I saw. And I haven't been able to find any real pictures of his parents to determine if this is fact or fiction, but let me know how I feel about this, chat. Do you think Ruben Slick's parents were actually disbarred? We know that his parents are lawyers, you feel me? But, I mean, does scamming run in the family? Does robbing run in the family? I don't know, cuz. I thought this was funny. I found this while I was going down the rabbit hole. We got the GoFundMe for when Ruben Slick was locked up. Let's just go ahead and go through this real quick. Ruben Slick was born Ruben Andre Thompson in Miami, Florida. He was and remains a loving kid and is loved by his parents and family. Ruben returns that love without limit as he does with all of his friends, fans, and supporters. We have learned to respect the contributions to this earth that he makes throughout his craft, as it is for his brother, Robert Lofty 305, and his sister, Gabrielle. He has lived his life as art. We would like to make sure he is able to continue to grow as a human being and expand his body of work. We have watched him transition from Metro Zoo, Zoo Nation, Raider Clan, to the beloved Ruben Slikk. I hope all who know, love, or follow find it in their hearts the capacity to contribute what they can. Hey, this is written really well, bruh. We are asking help with his legal defense to address the undue burden of his recent legal challenges that, if not properly represented, will result in irreparable damage to his life and his work. All is not lost as long as you continue to love and be loved. The 10 rack dollar legal fund to cover 10 racks retainer for representation. They have agreed to begin representing Ruben with $5,000 paid at the signing of the retainer, and agreed to allow the balance 5 racks to be paid within 45 days. Hey, shouts out to whoever wrote this, bruh. This is cinematic, bruh. Like, this really paints a picture. I ain't gonna hold you. I enjoyed reading that. So yeah, this was organized by Torrin Thompson. I don't know if that's an uncle. I did my Googles. I did my Insta. I did my Facebook search. I couldn't find him, bruh. But yeah, this is the Ruben Slikk GoFundMe from when he was locked up. Was this 2017? I don't remember the exact time period, to keep it a bean. 7 years ago. So I would say 2017, 2018 probably. They got $2,000 out of here. Shouts out to the GoFundMe, dog. So that being said, we're gonna keep it moving and grooving on this Slikk stream. Now I do have a couple of questions. One question is, what the fuck happened with Ruben Slikk and Jerry Dub, bruh? Like, I remember hearing this story. Ruben Slikk and Jerry Dub went to Japan and they had a show together. And I don't know if they got into a real life fight, but from what I'm seeing, there was like a fight between Ruben Slikk and Jerry Dub. And then after that, Jerry Dub deleted all the content him and Ruben Slikk made together. So I always wondered, what was that fight about? I asked the Discord, and these niggas can't take shit seriously. So I wasn't able to get any real information out of that. But I just wanted to review some of the Ruben Slikk and Jerry Dub footage and just, check it out. So this is an old track. Jerry Dub, Ruben Slikk, and Stunner Man. AMM. Let's get to it.
Nipple gang. Lost gang, bitch. Let's go. Okay, now you wanna talk shit? That's a real nigga with the gold dicker. Nigga, I went there with the full clip. I go bald and don't hold back shit. Eat it up, eat it up, eat it up, eat it up. Yeah, your girlfriend wish you would, so I fuck her like you should. With my tongue all in her hood. If she bad, eat the ass. I got cheese, I'm a Mac. Look at me, nipple swag. What is that? It's what you lack. You aim your gun at me, saying that you could. Well, guess what? I just wish a nipple would. Nipple gang, ETA, I don't give a fuck. Nipple gang, ETA, I don't give a fuck.
Ruben Slikk just be giving features to anybody, bruh. And now this man want to charge 5 racks for a feature? I can't believe this shit, cuz I bet he goes hard on this feature too.
ATM, I slap. Soft king, ATM, I slap.
Nipple gang, ETA, I don't give a fuck. Nipple gang, ETA, I don't give a fuck.
Hush gang, soft king, ATM, I slap. Hush gang, soft king, ATM, I slap. I put a stamp in that pussy. Trippy dick revolution. Ruben Slikk never eat the pussy if the pussy hole got pollution. Asshole smells so good, but a breath smells so putrid. Asshole smells so good, but a breath smells so putrid. Put the dick in her mouth, now she choking on my pole. Ruben Slikk got a lot of slime going down her throat. Looking like pina colada, so she drank that. Ruben Slikk get more money and get the pussy out of 50 cal.
Nipple gang, ETA, I don't give a fuck.
I ain't gonna hold you, chat. I don't know how the fuck he rapped over this beat. This is the craziest beat I've heard in a minute. Like, really, some real Looney Tunes ass shit, bro.
Nipple gang, ETA, I don't give a fuck.
Hush gang, soft king, ATM, I slap. Hush gang, soft king, ATM, I slap.
Nipple gang, ETA, I don't give a fuck. Nipple gang, ETA, I don't give a fuck.
Hush gang, soft king, ATM, I slap. Hush gang, soft king, ATM, I slap.
Got a lot of cake, Louis on my bag. If she beg, you know what I do, I eat that. We sippin' more mimosa.
It's
Get
booty
wetter
gang.
than a coaster.
Yeah.
Sipping in that Maybach, baby. Shout out to my shorts. Ferrari engine in the rear. I ain't gotta steer. Looking at me queer. This shit come on next year. This from Nicaragua. See her and I got her. Eat her ass, you know what it. Shout out to my boppers. Woo!
Nipple gang, ETA, I don't give a fuck. Nipple gang, ETA, I don't give a fuck.
Hashtag soft king, ATM my slap. Hashtag soft king, ATM my slap.
Nipple gang, ETA, I don't give a fuck. Nipple gang, ETA, I don't give a fuck.
Hashtag soft king, ATM my slap. Hashtag soft king, ATM my slap.
That cooking dance had us by a chokehold in 2012, cause I swear to God, Little B had us in a chokehold the same way this nigga Ruben Slikk got this nigga Jerry Dub in a chokehold, bruh. So this was on the Turd Fighter cover, you know, like this was in Japan. You can see like some Japanese stuff right here on this manhole cover. Say dead ass in Japan. Ruben Slikk got this icy ass Bape jacket on. And chat, can y'all tell me, was this fight real? What was Ruben Slikk and Jerry Dub fighting about in Japan, bro? What kind of ghetto ass shit did they have going on in Japan? I just need to know type shit. But let's just go ahead and finish this video. Yeah. Jerry Dub, Ruben Slikk, Stunner Man, AM. So I got a couple more for y'all. I thought this was interesting. Optimist Gang. I don't know where they from, cause it looks like Russian. But I thought this was very interesting. This video has 2 million, almost 3 million views. And listen to the music they're playing.
Optimus Gang.
Wake and bake type shit. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and shout out all my Eastern European, Russian viewers, bruh, because I've been looking at my analytics. So I'm getting a lot of viewers from over here in this Russia, Eastern European area. So I thought that was really interesting. This video has almost 3 million views, and the intro plays a Ruben Slikk song. Is that not the most views this man has ever gotten on a song? I just thought that was interesting. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep it moving and grooving. I got another video for y'all before I get up out of here. We got this Lofty 305 interview on ham radio. Like I said, I want to get into the full Ruben Slikk lore, so we do have to explore all of his family members, mom, dad, brother, even the sister, you feel me? So we're gonna go ahead and get this Lofty 305 interview. It's from August 29th, 2017. Let's get to it.
On the comment thing, if you have any questions, make sure to ask us. We'll peep over here every once in a while and check
what's
it out.
weird?
What's weird?
When motherfuckers that aren't your like actual friend, like, you know, because on Twitter or Instagram, you like follow people that you're like acquaintances with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But don't add me on Facebook.
Why? It's
That's
too
like,
personal?
Yeah, it's like for my mom. You know what I mean? Like, like I'm like posting photos of my cat on there. That's like
I feel
not
you, but
for...
I feel like you don't have a filter. You probably have.
Chad,
like,
are we
I
still
feel like you
using
just hit
Facebook
friend.
in 2025? I hope not.
Friend.
Well, because when Facebook was first popping, you had to have hella friends.
Are you deleting people now?
No, I don't give a shit.
All right, guys, we're back. Let's talk about topics. So this week's topics, we got some sheets here. We got some pictures and some tweets. First one is, did you hear about XXXTentacion tries to hang or
what's his name?
It's so fucking hard to say. XXXTentacion tries to hang himself on Instagram. Did you see that?
Yeah.
There's some
What'd you
throwback
think?
shit
I think that'd
for
be
real.
a tight way to kill yourself for real.
You think that would be a cool way? Do you think?
I've always had this fantasy. Like, if I'm gonna kill myself, I'd like to like maybe be like at a really like cool party at the standard rooftop,
And then
then
shoot
just
yourself.
run and jump off the roof and ruin everyone's fucking time.
Whoa, Edgelord, don't
Or
cut
like,
What if
everybody.
it?
Or, like,
what
hang
if it doesn't
yourself.
affect anybody? And they're just like, oh wow, that was
It definitely
crazy.
will. Or if you hang yourself from like a freeway bridge, so everyone that drives under it is like, well, I just saw a dead person that fucks my shit up. I just want to like affect other people with my death.
I had do you know Sean Terror Eyes? He had a really good idea for a music video idea. I'm probably giving it away, but he wanted to do this guy where he jumps off a thing and hangs himself, right? but it's attached by his feet and his head, but the string is like really thin, so when he hangs himself, his head gets cut off, but then he flips and then he's just hanging there by the legs with no head.
I have no idea what
It's really tight. It's a little picture thing.
Wait, why would the rope being thin cut off his head?
Because of the pressure. If you're like jumping off some shit, because if it's like thin,
What is
You know
Cud
I'm saying?
talking about?
But yeah, he didn't really kill himself.
All
But I
right,
think that
let's
would've
go
been a
ahead and
tight way.
fast forward to the lofty
Liber-
part.
Are at a house party in the valley,
Your friend fucking definitely lied.
and myself more. I don't know.
There
It
we
feels
go.
like I'm doing a podcast.
It does sound crispy, but
Yeah.
Okay, are we doing? I'm only gonna do if Lofty does it.
I'm gonna take mine off.
Okay, I'm a Lofty.
All right, now
I'll
I'm
just make
fucking
sure to
weirdo.
stay
That's
close to
fine.
the mic.
Bro's got to stick together, man.
Damn.
It's funny a question. Like I don't. We like look at Twitter to like say, oh, what should we ask about? And one of the things I noticed was I saw Marcy tweet at you. Oh shit! Like you're in LA. Let's make a song. And then you tweeted back, yeah, hit me up. And now you brought Marcy with you. Did you guys make a
Shouts out
song?
Marcy.
Yeah, we did make a song. We
Yo, shout out to Marcy, man. By the way, Goth Money. You
Goth Money
we
in the
love Goth
building.
Money.
Flexico.
You guys made a song?
yeah, man. It was called "It's Empowered Up."
Hey.
Was Lofty 305 at the Goth Money House in L.A. during this time period? I always wanted to know what the connection was with Young Bruh and Ruben Slikk. Is this the connection?
Shoot a video too. We're just getting settled in right now.
How quick did you guys make that? Was that because you just
It's
got?
like within the first hour of chilling.
Damn.
Oh, what's the song like?
It's dope. It's fire. I mean, we could play it for you guys later. Do you write your computer, right? Oh, word.
Have you guys ever worked together before?
Yeah, we the pressure video was actually made by him.
crazy.
Oh, dope.
And I did hella songs on his beats before, but I think that was our first collab, like both of us spitting, right?
Oh, you
think
rapped
so.
on it too, Marcy?
Or actually, no. We did another song before. We did a song for the Goth Money tape. That was me, him, and Karma, I think, right?
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
When'd you meet the Goth Money dudes?
The first Goth Money member I actually met was Marcy, and that was 2012. I think I was in New York, and that's when we shot the pressure video, and like we linked up out there, and we're just chilling in New York, you know,
Crazy.
connecting on like music and art and shit.
So that was in 2012. I'm like trying to think of a timeline in my head.
Well, I have a quick question.
Because I know that.
Was that the first time that you guys worked in like the same space together? Like,
Well-
was it like email shit before?
I mean, I think we didn't even work together till we actually met. Is that right? Like, yeah, we had just met up.
Crazy.
I don't know how the hell. How did we meet up, bro? Like, you just hit me up. You're.
Yeah. We're talking to a ghost.
I was hitting him up on the internet because I was a fan of Metro, so I was like, yo, I'm in New York. I'm trying to get video.
For those who
So-
can't hear,
so
he
what-
said
Yeah,
hit him,
I just
he
wanted
hit him
the
up on the
video done.
internet.
He hit him up because he was a fan of Metro
Shouts
Zoo.
out the internet, man.
And-
Always connecting
Well,
people.
you know, it's tight because Metro Zoo in some ways is like an extension of like Raider Clan, you know, or vice versa.
Yeah, because I definitely.
But hold on, Black Cray
Mm-hmm.
was on the Raider Clan skater team.
Yeah.
Did you know?
I
you know that?
I think he was like an early member too or something, but you know, it's definitely its own shit. Like I'm sure the fans like consider them to be the same, but we've been rocking since like 2008, like Metro Zoo and like Posh Gang and stuff. When we linked up with them, it was more like you know, I don't know, like we linked up with them, I think because of Denzel Curry.
Well, because for a
really.
while Denzel
Okay.
Curry, he was like a Metro. He like to me was like a Metro Zoo member,
I mean, he just would always be around, you know.
but he was like he's younger than y'all, huh?
Yeah, he's a few years younger, like 4 years, 3-4 years.
Because I feel like he'd make hella music with you guys, and then so him is kind of how the connection with Raider Clan happened.
Yeah, that's
Aquarius
exactly how it
killer
happened. It
Denzel
was,
Curry.
because I knew his cousin Dietrich, and I also knew his friend Marlon, who's like he's a visual artist in Miami. Now he's like hella popping, like doing hotels and stuff. But back in the day, he just went to art school with Curry, and he always like would show me Curry's music back when he was like rapping over old Outkast instrumentals and shit.
He was probably like 16 at the time, huh? He's like a
Yeah, he was a youngin', and it was called like something else, like Batcave or something.
that's hilarious. Yeah, I didn't know he went to art school either.
So
Yeah,
you did.
he got kicked out or something.
crazy.
I can see that.
Because also, like, I feel like there's so much of today's current rap, like, stems from y'all. Because even, like,
No cap.
Pooyah, like the Pooyah, when they're doing the Pooyah
yeah.
and Nick show or the Nick and Pooyah show,
Yeah.
y'all were in it.
Yeah, I think I was the first episode actually.
That's funny.
But
Did you know them? What was it like? Well, how do you approach you for that?
he was like a Kendall kid, you know, and I was just like,
Wait, what's Kendall?
Kendall's like this area of Miami. It's pretty much like, it's a big suburb down south. Like back in the day, it was just like a really big like hub for a lot of activity, and there's like mad kids live there, you know, big population out there. But that's how like, I think that was our first like breeding ground like for support in Miami. We just got all of our shit into the schools through this kid Alex, lower letter. You know, everybody knows him as lower letter.
Okay.
Yeah, this kid like just basically, well, when he was a kid, now he's grown, you know. When he was a kid, he just would like take our CDs. We'd give him like a big pack of CDs, and then they'd end up in everybody's cars and shit. And that's how I met basically like everybody in Miami, like Pooyah and all these kids and stuff.
So they just like heard your CD and they reached out. They're like, "Yo,
Yeah,
was it Metro Zoo at the time?"
yeah, it was Metro Zoo.
That's hard.
Great. Yeah, I mean, when I heard you guys' stuff, I fucking was obsessed with it immediately, and it was like, to me, it was like this ratchet art collective, you know, like art rap collective, and it was like weird and different, like especially different than like all the other underground stuff at that point. And then the more I looked into it, I think I was looking at your guys' like Tumblr or blogs or like that, and there was like all these albums and tapes and songs, and I was like, well, this shit's like a fucking treasure hunt that I just won.
Yeah, it was definitely something special, man. This shit's dope. I mean, it still is, you know.
Hell yeah.
It's still like active, you know. We're all still working on art and still working together, you know. Like I got pretty much everybody's still involved in my
Which is a crazy stark contrast to the Ruben Slikk interview when old boy asked him about Metro Zoo. He's like, "Yep, those were the days." He didn't want to talk about it. But Lofty, he's like, "Yeah, no, we still together." I applaud Lofty for this level of, what would you call it? I don't know, bro. Lofty could be a politician, bro. He's very. I'm gonna find the word.
projects from Metro Zoo, you know, some way or another. I'm making a video game with Freebase.
Oh damn! What's the
Or
video?
Posh God.
What's the concept of the video game?
Well, it's a beat 'em up, you know.
Yeah.
Dog,
It's
did you ever
called
drop
Bloody
a game?
Rave. I don't want to give too much details about it yet, but we're gonna put out a GoFundMe soon, cause damn, this is hard, bro.
That's tight.
Yeah.
How hard
Diplomatic was the word I was thinking, chat.
is it to put a video game together? That sounds crazy.
Not that hard nowadays. It just requires a lot of time
Yeah.
and like focus. So I'm working on an album right now, so it's like kind of hard to be like, yo, it's Lofty. And
Yeah.
then, you feel me? Right after it
Yeah.
drives me kind of crazy, but it's fun. Like using different parts of the brain.
That's
And
dope.
I got Slikk on my album. He's on a song with Curry on it, and I got Posh on my album too, Postronaut. You know.
Yeah.
And you know he's Curry's DJ.
Jensen Curry's DJ.
Right now. Yeah.
Because, you know, we just had Curry play. I mean, we had him a bunch of times, but remember at South by.
Yeah.
Pasha fucking rip as a motherfucker.
He's super
man.
buff.
He's always been that, though.
I was standing next to him. I was like, damn,
He's
I
been buff
feel
since-
pudgy as
since we were
fuck.
like, since I was like 14. He was like 15. He was just the swollest dude in the school, man. Like,
That's what I was going to ask. 'Cause I was like, because I thought he was like OG Metro Zoo dude, and I was like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
he's hella low key though, you know.
Yeah, he is
That's
low-key.
That's his profile. He's just like, yeah.
So how did Metro Zoo start in 2008?
Yeah, it started like 07, 08. And
How old
then
were you back then?
I was had to be 16, 17.
Is that when you first started rapping, or were you rapping before that?
Nah, we were always like freestyling and shit in school. And, like I originally met Freebase or Posh God, you know. So you know had to clean up his image.
Oh, hold on. So Freebase, who was like the artist of Metro Zoo, is Posh God, who's now Denzel's DJ.
No.
Oh, no.
Posh God is not Denzel's
Wait,
DJ.
no, that's Postronaut.
Right.
Yeah, you know. It's
I'm
Postronaut,
fucking it
Posh
up.
God, you know.
Okay.
So Postronaut, well, I met him later. But I met Freebase when I was like 12, 13 in like 7th grade. And
What kind of music were you listening to at the time?
it's like
In 7th grade, 8th grade.
rap shit, gangster rap, you know,
Gangster rap.
like crunk shit, like crunk, like, you know, Crime Mob and shit, and
Oh yeah.
That low
you
John
know,
shit.
3 6
Yeah,
Mafia
in Florida,
and
that's
shit.
like the South. So like Southern hip hop.
Yeah, Southern hip hop, really Southern shit. And also I love G Unit too. Like that was a big influence on me. Like Lloyd Banks' first album, Hunger for More.
Yeah.
All that production on there was just, that was my shit. It had like a euphoric kind of, like, it was like sci-fi or some shit to me. I don't know. I used to play Star Wars Battlefront and just play Hunger for More in the background.
What up, Justin?
You know, I was a PC gamer.
Finance.
So.
Was the Florida scene like pretty active at that point? Because I know now, like all eyes to rap right now is like Florida, but I'm sure it wasn't like that when you were coming up. Is it
Nah,
like
dude.
weird to be like,
It was,
like Florida is the like?
You know
new
what? We
Atlanta?
did have Rick Ross, and before that, we always had Trick Daddy.
Yeah.
Trick Daddy's just like
Trick love the
any
kids.
city you go to around the world, people are like, "Oh, you're from Miami. I fuck with Trick Daddy." So he's already been putting on, like, there's always been a scene, you know.
Yeah.
But now it's like all eyes. Anybody popping from SoundCloud is probably from South Florida.
Yeah. I mean, because it's just like we got so much. It's so random what you might hear. You don't know what you're gonna hear from South Floridian artist or whatever.
Right.
'Cause there's just so many different. Like if you go to Miami, there's like so many different scenes you can get into, and like different types of people and different types of music coming out of there. So it's easy to get influenced by a bunch of shit and come up with some new shit. So, and a lot of people go there to make music for that reason, because it's such a flavorful place and like inspiring. So people are growing up in the place where all the famous people want to be.
Right,
you know?
right.
We're just from there. So
Right.
you know, the craziness and like the decadence is all like, that's just the decadence that everybody sees is just the tip of the iceberg. That's normal to us. We're like, oh, South Beach, come on, bro.
I mean, even before that, because I'm a little older, man, you even think about like Miami Vice, you think of like fly ass Hawaiian shirts and Cuban links and yachts and like, you know what I mean? Like,
it is that. It is that. The city is that, but it's also a whole bunch of other shit too. There's like a punk scene. There's you know, there's like the whole dance clubs with the bachata and all that.
Right.
And you got like, you know, you got like real different island culture. It's kind of like the islands, you know, but it's kind of like its own little
like
world.
America's version of like islands or some shit.
Yeah, because you go to like, or it reminds me kind of like of some areas remind me of like just some really tropical state, you know?
Yeah.
Because you might go somewhere and just you don't hear English at all, you know, and people look at you crazy for speaking English, you know?
Yeah.
And like that's really dope, you know?
Definitely.
When I go to other places in America, I don't get the same like feel as Miami.
I had a weird thing, not in Miami, but in Orlando. That's pretty far from Miami, huh?
I mean, it's kind of far. But
I went there when I was a kid for Disney World. I brought some weed with me, and I was like with my parents and shit. And it was like at night, and they went to sleep. So I went to the pool area of this like hotel we were staying at, and I was smoking. And I was hearing like tropical birds and weird shit. And I'd never been to Florida, and I was like, oh, it felt tropical because it was humid. And I'm like, those birds are sounding crazy. And so I was like trying to listen for it. I was also really high and like 16 years old. And then it sounded like it was coming from the bathroom, and I was like, what the fuck? Like the bathroom by the pool area, and no one else was out there. And I'm listening, and it's definitely coming from the bathroom. And I'm like, holy shit. And it's really loud in the bathroom, and I open the bathroom door. I don't see shit. Then I hear it's coming from like a stall, and I'm like, holy fuck. It took me a
was
while.
jacking off?
And finally, I just fucking kicked the door, like all scared. There's a speaker,
Oh.
and it was playing Tropical Birds.
oh shit.
I thought I was about to see like
It was
the
just on
wildest.
some vibe shit.
I thought I was about to see the wildest shit
In the middle of
ever.
the night, I don't know.
And just three birds.
Because I don't know what kind of motherfucking
stall.
birds are going to be in Florida. It felt very tropical because of the humid weather.
I mean, what's a bird gonna do to you? Stick to
Uh,
pterodactyls and shit?
Yo, geese.
I heard they got
geese are scary
pterodactyls
as
in,
fuck though. Have you
in
ever
New
seen it?
Guinea.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait,
There's
what?
pterodactyls.
Like dinosaur pterodactyls?
Yeah, in Papua New Guinea.
Wait, you serious?
Yeah.
I want
It's
to
like
Google
a
that so bad
it's
right
like a
now.
hella rainforest. It's like, I mean, if you go there, I don't know, bro. Those guys are kind of.
No, I just want to Google it. I don't want to go.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Those guys will fuck you up, man. in
Wait, so
New
they have
Guinea.
like flying dinosaurs pretty much?
Yeah, and there's like people like searching for it. There's whole documentaries on it. I believe it. I think it's. Hey, why
I
not?
mean,
You know.
chickens exist. You know that's a supposedly the Tyrannosaurus Rex is de-evolved into the chicken. They like traced it.
I know.
This is fucking
I know
weird.
it's like a bird. I know.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
I know, right?
You're just a chicken wing.
That's crazy.
There probably is dinosaurs though in the ocean.
There's probably some fucking weird ass shit in the sea. Like we know like 20% of the ocean, and the ocean's like 100%
They gotta
of
be
Earth.
rich.
That's why I don't fuck with it.
Yeah, that's where all the UFO stations are.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like dolphin people in Japan or something.
Dolphin
Really?
people?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Wait, is the top part dolphin or is the bottom part dolphin?
Man, I hope it's just the head.
Just the
You know,
Wait, just like full body and just like a
dolphin head. Nah, I'd know how to make it like
just
give it a
curve out.
neck. You know,
Yeah.
dolphin head, like on some Egyptian shit. You know.
They probably be out there fucking. Dolphins have sex for pleasure, guys. You guys know that? They're like the only other species.
I'm not interested in
Yeah,
dolphins'
so-
sexual activity.
So 15, 16, you met Posh God. y'all were freestyling.
Yeah, we were freestyling in school. He mainly would chill with like Slikk in school. I was mean, like
Is Slikk your younger brother or older brother?
he's older.
Oh, tight. How much older is he than you?
He's 1 year older than me.
Oh, did y'all hang out tough back then?
Yeah, we used to just be like inseparable, pretty much. Just like go everywhere together and shit.
Did he start rapping first? You start rapping first.
He definitely started rapping first, and like he started rapping when we were in like elementary school.
Oh,
Like,
crazy.
I remember he would just come back home and be like, "Yo, like," and I mean, we were always like just making rhymes in our head and shit. Cause my dad, like, he saw how much we liked rap music and shit, so he like just one day he just sat us down in front of the computer and just wrote some like a little simple rhyme, like, you could do this shit, like you don't gotta worship these rappers and shit, like you could
That's
do it.
dope.
So we just
Real
always
father
knew,
figure.
damn, we could rhyme, yo. So we'd always be killing it in like little poetry assignments that we had.
Hey, shouts out to Ruben Senior for actually like being there for his children. Chat, like no cap. Even though his parents are scammers, allegedly, I really do appreciate Ruben Senior for sitting his kids down and getting them into rap. Cause honestly, this nigga Ruben Slikk, dog, if he really put his mind to it, he could be one of the top 10s.
And then I had this one thing I remember hella early on. I was like 6 or 7. I had this program for PC, and it was like a Spider-Man program, but you make your own little episode. Like it animates it. It's already animated for you. I forgot what the fuck it was called, but it was like some Spider-Man movie studio.
Like choose
And-
your own adventure kind of shit.
Yeah,
You're just
and
like,
you have the characters run around on screen. So you had Dr. Octopus fighting Spider-Man flying, and then I would like voice over the shit, but I voice it over with like raps and shit. You know, that's one of the first times I remember actually recording on my computer. You know, and recording my voice. And yeah, Slikk originally got into making beats and shit.
He was making beats first before rapping.
Yeah, so that was when he was like 11.
What
or
was
12.
he using?
A Korg, what's it called? Electribe. You know, just the
Little
drum
red one.
machine, you know?
Yeah, that's dope.
So he got that when he was like 13, 14. And
That's hard.
yeah. And then he became cool and started going out, but I was just a nerd. I'd stay in the house. I was just like, man, like, I want to learn how to do this shit hella good. So I started learning Fruity Loops. And then around that time, like I was 14, like in high school, after middle school, that's when I met Freebase and shit. And then in like when I was like 14, I went to high school, and Slikk and Postronaut were in the same grade, and they were like best friends. So, and Postronaut was already making beats and DJing and shit even back then. So he just taught me how to use Fruity Loops, or like he made a beat on there and just saved it. I just went in there and tried to like remake the beat.
Right.
That's how I learned the program, and yeah, the rest is history. That's how I really started. It's
Crazy. What was the first music you guys recorded?
Oh man, I think the first thing that we recorded as Metro Zoo, like as a group, was Buddha Therapy. That's like our first material ever. It's when I was like 16, Slikk was 17, Brad was 17,
What-
like, Posh,
Oh,
That
so
track
it
Buddha
was-
Therapy
Astronaut.
still gets
Yeah, it was
spins,
me,
bruh.
Slikk, and
Chill ass on
Postronaut
the smoke too.
were like on the music, and then we had Freebase doing all the art, and then after chilling together for so many years, we started just trading skills and shit.
Right.
I started doing art. Freebase became Posh God, started doing the beats and stuff more, and you know, Slick's always been drawing and, you know, doing everything, like making beats, rapping,
Right.
and you know, Postronaut be making beats, rapping, doing DJ shit, you know.
What era was the Zoo Mansion?
Zoo Mansion was basically from the inception of Metro Zoo, you know, It's like I grew up in that house since I was like 6, 7 years old. So from then until like 2013, I think.
Is that the house with all the graffiti in the videos?
Yeah, it doesn't have that anymore.
And I've been seeing people freestyle. Like I see all these rare videos of like everyone freestyling there.
Yeah, it was definitely like a creative spot. It was like a creative hub in Miami. Like we did a lot of shit that's just, it might not be like, I don't know, it's hella special time though.
Right.
Like, it was crazy. Like when we first started coming out and shit, there was no there was no like internet rap scene at all. Like we pretty much like built that, you know?
Really? And you guys honestly were like on top of it, because even like having someone like Chippy Nonstop, you know, like featured hella early on a Metro Zoo song. Cause that's like super like Tumblr before like there was internet rap, but there was like a cool Tumblr scene.
But that's on her. She just be like, "Yo, what's up?" And I was like, "Damn, who's this girl?" You know, like,
tight.
Yeah, man.
What was the first like social media platform that you were fucking with?
I'd say Facebook.
Facebook,
I started
really?
fucking on Facebook heavy first, yeah, and that's like.
You weren't on MySpace and shit?
Yeah, I was on MySpace, but I wasn't like my MySpace. I had a MySpace for my music, and yeah, I had some beats on there and shit. But like for the Metro Zoo shit, and where I actually started to like, cause Facebook had. I mean,
y'all gotta understand, MySpace fell the fuck off in 2006. Metro Zoo probably started in 2006, 2007, but I first got my Facebook in 2006 as well. So at that point, everybody was off of MySpace, but I remember MySpace really used to be the spot if you were an artist or you promoting your music.
Right.
All these analytics and insights, and it made me feel like a professional, you know. And I actually started to see us cover ground on Facebook. So I'd say that's the first thing that I really fucked with. I was like, yo. And you know, Twitter and Tumblr and all that shit came later.
That's interesting. I haven't heard anyone say Facebook. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, I feel like you guys. Should we answer this call? I don't know who they keep calling.
The same number?
I don't know. Is the same number?
Someone from Miami.
786. They've called twice.
All right, the phone keeps ringing. Maybe the next one we should answer.
All right, what were we gonna ask?
I don't know. I'm off topic. What I was gonna ask, but what I do want to ask you is, I was reading a Fader. I don't know if it was Fader or Vice. One of them, an interview from last year.
Here, they're calling again. Hold on. Ham phone. Who this? You on the line with the Ham Boys in Lofty 305?
Yo, what's good?
Hello.
Oh, they hung up. They got scared.
Was that the same person that called twice?
Yeah, they're calling again.
Right now. Yo, Ham phone. Who this?
Yo, you on the phone?
Yo, what's good?
Chilling.
You're live with Lofty. What's good?
Yo.
What's good, Lofty?
Yo, who this?
It's McClain out of Miami.
Yo, what's up, dog?
Chilling, man. Chilling. How you doing? I see you out there in L.A. vibing up.
Yeah, man. I'm chilling, man. Just doing this interview. Doing my thug thizzle.
Lofty 305.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man, but I just had to call in straight up and just be, you know, like, share the love, you feel me? Like, straight up, I've been following Lofty and, like, Metro Zoo's, you know, career probably, like, a little bit after, you know, when they came out or whatever. And, you know, throughout the whole Miami scene, like, Lofty straight up always, like, stood out to me, you feel me? Like, hella talented and just Metro Zoo in general is just totally different, you feel me? So, you know, much love, you know, seeing you still out here ready to hear, you feel me, some new shit. Yeah, feel me?
Hell yeah, I appreciate that, man. I got some new shit on the way, November 7th.
Hey. Bet, bro, man. And you performing this Saturday, right?
Yeah, man, I'm about to murk that shit for real.
Fuck, I'm out here in Miami, man, but you feel me?
Take a plane, dog.
Take that flight, dog.
Dude, I'm gonna have a show out there soon.
Flight,
no worries,
right?
yo.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna stay linked in, you feel me? I'm ready for that shit.
For sure, man. Yeah, thanks for the support all the years, man. I really appreciate that shit, yo.
For sure, man. Much love, man. Much love to Ham Radio. I see y'all doing your thing.
Yeah,
Hey,
Chad,
thank
look
you,
at
man.
that
Much
diplomacy.
appreciated.
Yeah.
Real politician right there.
All right, man, stay up.
Thanks for calling in, man.
Peace, bro.
Yeah.
So I have a question with, because he's right, Metro Zoo was like so different. That's why, like, when I found it, because at the time it was like, is before the SoundCloud stuff, so everyone was really into like the Raider Clan, stuff. But then you guys were so like artsy and like weird. Where did that influence come from? Like, when did y'all start making like more weird artsy type of shit?
We like pretty much Buddha Therapy was our first. That was like our first material as a group ever recorded. Not the first shit that we released. The first thing we released was Kush Pack 1 and 2. And that was a little bit more like on that trap hustle wave type of shit. But Buddha Therapy was like on this chill, like really euphoric, weird shit, like just taking weird ass like samples.
Like, what were you listening to at the time that inspired you to make like weird?
A lot of Mac Dre.
Hey.
And just the way that he would like
Let's go,
just
Mac
hit you over
Drizzy.
the head with like weird ass type of beats, but you were like, dude, the things he's saying is just like everything he's saying is on point, and he's just taking
One of
you
my
on a
top
ride,
five
you know.
rappers, Chad.
He just like knows you're high, knows you're like bored of all other rap, you know?
Right.
And like
That's dope.
didn't really care about like trying to sound like anything else, and that shit really inspired us, you know.
That's dope.
That's really dope. On a song, so the article I read on Fade or whatever, you're talking about the song "Death Comes."
Yeah.
And how
What are they gonna ask that?
And, but how, as you said, it was about a girl that you had, met from whatever the internet. You hung out in New York, fell in love for a week, and then she went back to L.A. You're back in L.A. now. Have you talked to her?
Hell no.
Does
here's another
does she still
question.
live out here?
I mean, I don't know. I've seen her like recently, but I'm
Where'd
not
you see-
really. I used to be hella lover boy mob and shit, but at this point, I'm just like want to like work on myself, and as long as you have a relationship with yourself and like your creator or the creative force or whatever you think that is, then you're gonna always find like somebody, you know. So I'm not really like chasing that or whatever.
Right.
But it's beautiful for what it is, and I still always appreciate that time and just her loving me or whatever. But I don't be like really chasing her, being like, oh, I gotta see. It's not about a nostalgia thing for
Right,
me. It's
right.
like living in the now and being a whole person right now.
Have
Do
you
you
had an
think it's-
experience? Go ahead.
Hey, buddy on the
Have you
right
had an
look like
experience
LP.
like that since
Um,
with like another woman where like
yeah, sure. Like, there's mad girls. Like, I'm a very loving person, but that's why I'm so like at this point. I choose to be more reserved in how many girls I be trying to hit up, because naturally, like, I'm hella confident. Like, I'll hit up mad girls. I'm not like afraid to hit up girls and tell them that I like them, but at the same time, I'm afraid to like not have any time to work on myself. So
right.
and I'm just getting older, and I'm just like, man, I gotta like get hella shit done, you know.
Do you think it's important to be like going through something to like create art to like capture those emotions?
That's a good question.
I think I'm gonna always be going through something till the day that I leave this plane, because you didn't just come here to chill.
Yeah.
Facts.
You basically, everybody chose to come here because they have a mission to fulfill, and once you find that purpose, then there's no letting go of that purpose, and like there's no limit to how much you can express that. So like I just be trying to like make as much art as I can and always express myself in whichever way I'm feeling that day, but just to make something. If it's a shirt or I just want to make something, you know. So
Right.
If you had to choose just art or just
shit.
music, would you be able to do that? Or which one would
there's
you?
no such thing, dude. It's all the
if you
same
had,
thing.
if you had to just choose one,
Like visual art or something.
Yeah, visual art or
any-
music.
yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Like, right now I'd say I would choose music, just because there would be no visual art being made by me if it wasn't for music. If I wasn't making hella beats and Freebase wasn't like, yo man, these are dope ass beats, I'm gonna draw some shit to him, and I wasn't able to chill with him and watch him draw and shit, like the music made that happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That was the reason why I fucked you guys heavy too, just because like he said earlier, the art element, the music element, like no one was doing that. Like that was
thought it was
tight.
so
was
cool.
like it was like a package. It's kind of like
Well, and here's the thing also is that we are like, we're in our 30s, so we were into like super nerdy like backpack underground experimental rap.
Yo,
and so
we're-
to hear your stuff, that's
Yeah.
like was like kept. I'm like, yo, it's so crazy because it reminded me of that, of like the weird experimental art rap that we used to be.
Yeah.
we
into.
were on some fucking Beat Street ass shit.
Yeah, it's
It was-
tight.
Miami was like this. There was like, when we came out around 07 to 08, there was like this whole sticking movement where everybody was popping X, and there was like grind mode, I'm so high, that type of shit.
Right.
And then they had like stick drill music, and it was just about like getting high and shooting people. Then there was another side of Miami that wasn't getting a lot of shine, but they would have big events and shit. And it was like there's like a hip hop scene, like a real hip hop,
Right, like backpack hip hop,
break dancing, backpack shit,
Yeah.
And we were kind of like in both scenes, so both of those things influenced us. And what we always saw is like anybody who was like on the real hip hop shit, you rap, you break dance, you draw, do graffiti type shit.
5 Elements.
You'll make beats or DJ, or
Exactly.
There's like all these. It's really like it's like the fundamentals of hip hop. It's just like it's expression. That's all it was. It's like a bunch of people, angry, impoverished, hated on by society, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna take all this shit and flip it, and like, this is what we're giving you. And it was just like full expression in every category, so we don't limit ourselves to like how we could express ourselves.
Right. No, that's awesome. I noticed some of the music from the last year. You've been you've been doing drum and bass beats.
Yeah, like that's a big influence on us too. It's that whole junglist wave,
That's dope.
Also, because we're hella island in Miami, like I feel like there's a big island. There's an influence from the islands on that side, in London and shit. So we got that same influence,
And you spent some time in London.
Yeah.
How much time were you there for? A minute?
I was there for like 3 months,
Wow.
What were you doing there?
I was doing like shows and just making I was making like hella mixtapes at this time. Like it's like 2013. I made mad mixtapes.
Yeah, I was trying to book you, but you were always in London at that time. I mean, we ended up getting you. Oh, that was like 2015.
Yeah, I was in London, Paris, all over Europe.
That's what was the music scene out there? I feel like overseas they're very receptive.
They love underground hip hop.
Yeah, to like rap and like art and shit.
I mean, just as much as Cali though, because
True.
As I feel the same energy when I'm in Cali, or like when I'm in Cali, like I feel that same energy as like Paris or London, because people are just excited to like hear some fresh shit and are like actually listening to what you're saying, and like they're receptive as fuck. Pretty much everywhere they are. That Miami's kind of tough. It's a tough place. New York's also.
Yeah, I heard New York.
York's
is
definitely
all
tough.
arm cross, just kind of like.
Well,
I don't mind that though.
We trying to throw 2 shows in New York, and it's definitely like tough to like,
break the ice.
Because I know even like artists that are doing like big numbers like now on tours, like Apuya and stuff like that. I heard even they have a hard time in New York.
Yeah, because I mean,
Respectfully, Cali's fake as fuck. New York's gonna be with that real shit. That's what that is, bruh. They gas you up in Cali way too much. I fuck with Cali. I rock with Cali. I like San Diego. I don't really fuck with LA, but I do like Cali. But yeah, bruh. They be on some gas and shit. At least New York niggas gonna keep it real with you.
But I like that because I don't really like there's like mad girls in my concerts sometimes. I just see them like getting like, bro, they came to have a good time, not get a bunch of armpit sweat rubbed on. It's like people are just using each other for deodorant sometimes.
I mean, it's changed a lot because we've been doing the Ham on Everything party for a while, and like at first, like when we had you, it was like during like the twerk shit was big. Everyone wanted to be ratchet, and that was like happening. Girls wanted to twerk, but now it's just turned into like a bunch of dudes wanting to mosh pit.
Yeah.
Sucks.
I mean,
I missed the girls twerking on speaker stacks.
That shit's over.
I know it'll come back. Well, that's why it's really special is the show we're doing with you, because we haven't been doing a lot of shows lately, like the parties that we have been, because I'm kind of over the whole mosh pit SoundCloud clout lit thing. I just don't give a shit right now, and so I want to do more eclectic stuff that feels more like indie and DIY. And I'll say when you hit me up, I was like, oh, this is so dope, because your music isn't like that, and it's like psychedelic and trippy and weird. And Lil Tracy makes sense with that too, because he's sings and samples emo bands. And then Reddish Blue is like sultry, like R&B. I know I like it's the first, because now I'm gonna do a bunch of parties similar. So thank you.
Like, I don't know, there's music that makes you go like this,
Yeah.
Well, I like to make music that makes you go like this, kind of like just makes you sway in the wind, like, it's like some grass,
I feel
Definitely.
that.
chilling.
So aside from what you just made with Marcy, what else do you got coming up?
I have an album coming out November 7th. It's called www.lofty305.com.
Tight.
Paying homage to the greats, to Trick Daddy and his Thug.com album.
Oh wait, another thing you mentioned earlier about Miami and the ecstasy taking and all that stuff. I mentioned it to other Miami rappers before. Like I said, I'm a little older. I remember reading a rap magazine, and actually Trick Daddy was one of the first rappers to talk about doing ecstasy when it was like a rave drug, and rappers weren't talking about doing ecstasy. And Trick Daddy was one of the first ones in this article, probably in the Source magazine.
Man, like Miami's a hella rave city, and still, even now, there's this club called Space, and like you can go there any day, and the party goes till like 10 in the morning, 9 in the morning.
That's tight.
And it's just somewhere that just goes down like year round. So it's just part of the culture. People party like it's the 80s still. Like,
Do you find drugs give you inspiration for your music? 'Cause I think you guys are very trippy, very into mushrooms and DMT and like all that weird, like the weird psychedelics.
it's definitely part of growing up in Miami. I wouldn't say like it's something to like glorify.
Right.
Sometimes we do, but like,
Have you done DMT?
yeah, hell yeah. But
What's
I don't
that?
consider that a drug.
What's
I
that
think-
experience
I'm
like?
so
I've never
scared.
done.
I
Like,
want
I've
to
done a
try
lot
that
of
so
drugs.
bad, but I'm fucking
You
so
you
scared.
guys dream, so you do it like pretty much whenever you dream, you're doing it. Or if you've ever, if you wanna,
Is it? Can you remember everything though? Because in a dream, like 90% of the time, you don't remember anything. Like with
It's
DMT,
pretty-
is it like?
pretty much comes down to if it wants you to remember,
Oh.
because you have to do it. You have to respect it. You can't just go to a club and do DMT and be like, whoa, man, life-changing experience. Nah, you have to sit down,
Dead ass.
be like, be on a good vibe. You can't be down here with
Right.
it. You gotta
Take
be,
us
like,
through
up
your
here.
last experience doing DMT.
Well, the last one I can like vividly remember
Right.
because I did a drawing like right after it. Basically, I just woke up and I was like in a temple. And I'm just looking at everything on the wall. It's like pillars and crazy shit. And then I'm like looking at my body and I'm like a tree. My hair was like branches and shit. I was like a big tree person. I feel myself really heavy, I just start, I see these stairs and like a opening to the night sky, I walk up the stairs, and as soon as I come out the top of it, I see like it's a giant force, or like felt like a giant hand of light just knocked me down, and I'm just falling backwards, and I'm back in my chair like, whoa.
Damn.
Was when the light hit you and you're feeling backwards? Was that scary, or did it feel like violent?
Nah, I felt like it was kind of protecting me from like seeing something that I probably wasn't supposed to see yet. I feel like I was probably like, maybe that's like I'm sure it was just my mind trying to rationalize whatever it was trying to tell me
Right.
into human terms. It was dope as hell though.
Did you see any
What
of
did you draw
what
afterwards?
everyone?
I
always,
just drew like a first person perspective of like my hands in this form and like, some of the temple and shit. I still have the painting at my house.
Oh, crazy! I want to see it.
Hell yeah.
Did you see any praying mantis people? I feel like that's
Nah.
like a big thing. Everyone's always says like that's like the common.
I never heard
like-
that. Really?
Yeah, that they're like grasshopper people that come and talk to you.
I ain't seen any grasshopper people, but maybe people are
What's
just
the
like,
craziest shit you seen while high on DMT?
well, I think that was just the craziest shit. Like, it was just a crazy feeling of that shit embraces you, and it's like kind of talks to you, and it's an entity. It's to be respected. It's
Right,
a
right.
ceremonial type of thing. Like, I wouldn't consider it a drug. I feel like drugs are more things that just like just get fucked up,
Like
bro.
Right, right.
cocaine.
Yeah, cocaine, heroin.
Speaking of ceremonial type things like that, have you ever done ayahuasca?
I haven't done ayahuasca. I'm really looking for like a
I heard
good
you
time
puke
to
a
do
lot
it.
on
'Cause I know that
ayahuasca.
it pretty much just changes pretty much everything, makes you
Right.
a hella empathetic human being
Right.
after, and I don't know if I'm ready for all that.
In the late 90s when I was like in high school, I used to do hard drugs. It was like one of the times I got cleaned off hard drugs, and I got into LSD, and I loved it. And every time I felt like I would have a spiritual experience, I learned something new about myself. But after a while, I was just like, getting high on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After a while, I was like, I'm not getting anything spiritual out of it. I'm just like doing it obsessively, like a fucking weirdo.
It's giving you energy and shit.
Yeah. And then I was like, I should probably stop
Trippy,
doing
mate.
LSD.
Yeah, it's just exhausting. You
But
know?
for a while, every time was like, I learned something. I mean, I couldn't explain it afterwards,
You're like, something
but
happened.
at the time, it unlocked some shit.
Yeah, it's exhausting to just do that shit all the time because you got these chemicals in your brain that are just, they naturally produce things.
Yeah.
Some people can feel these feelings that get released during these drugs by just like feeling love for somebody or feeling loved, you know, but you gotta like never do hard drugs ever.
Right.
And then like other ways of feeling those feelings is like going and exercising, like jogging or something will give you the same like serotonin shot that you need.
Yeah.
But something like DMT and shit gets produced. You could also produce it in other ways, like by just going into a dark room for like a week.
Yeah.
You know, like
I
no
heard
sunlight, no
when
light at
you
all.
die, the afterlife is all the serotonin DMT shit getting released all at once, so that it's because there's like a study where your brain waves are still alive for like 10 seconds or something afterwards you die, and they said that all the DMT and shit that your body produces gets released at once. So for those 10 seconds you're technically tripping out, but in the dream or whatever it's happening, it feels like eternity. So depending on how you die, is considered your afterlife. So if you like die traumatic and you hold that like energy, that's what's being pushed out.
I feel like 90% of people die
Sounds
traumatically.
terrible.
I feel like when you're,
No,
I feel
90.
like when you're dying, it's
A lot
not
of-
like
Who told you
I'm
that? Because
free.
you know they'd have to die and then be like, "Yo, let me tell you."
Yeah.
no,
Hey,
no.
what's
There's like.
All right, let's take this last call and we gotta wrap up.
All right.
Ham phone, who this?
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
What's good? You on the line with Lofty?
Yo,
Hey, Lofty, is Slick's tape that's about to drop, is it good?
yeah, it's fucking awesome, yo. It's
Is it
just,
one of the best?
yeah, man. I was very impressed. I'm very proud of it. You know, it's got
Alright, why do you take so long to drop it though?
you know, niggas got lives and shit, bro, and you know we were trying to make everything another level now and try to polish it a little bit more. So it's not gonna be like the old days where we just drop a tape every week. It's gonna be like we're gonna make a song, then keep working on it and keep working on it until it's like the level that we want it. You know?
Kind of like Coding Demons or whatever his last shit was.
Yeah. Coding Mutants. That shit was dope.
All right, that's all I gotta say.
Nice,
All right, bro.
Thanks for calling in, man. Cool. So
do
then,
y'all still you don't have to answer if you don't want to. You also talk to Mike after all his like Donald Trump shit.
I haven't talked to him, but you know he's cool. Like I still love him. You know that's like fam. So
Do you think he was like kind of trolling, or do you think he's really like a Trump supporter? Or?
I just all that shit to me is just like has nothing to do with my purpose.
Right,
And like my purpose is really to heal people through like my music and my art.
it's real.
And whatever the world is going through, or whatever the world's on, whatever
Look at that
note
diplomacy.
it's on,
Real
like,
political
I'm
answer.
here to just give my little solos and my little addition to whatever it is. So, you know, if
like
that's
that.
how he's
I like
feeling,
that answer.
like if that's how he's feeling, like you love that guy, then hey man, cool. But you know,
Word. All right, Lofty 305, November
7th, my album's gonna drop. Everybody go get that.
And then watch him live this Saturday. Ham.
Saturday.
Hell yeah.
Hey. And that was Lofty 305 Ham radio interview. I think we got a couple of good nuggets out of there, chat. Definitely some great childhood info from Lofty. A couple of references of Ruben Slikk on there as well. Yeah. Dope shit. So once again, I appreciate everybody coming through, all the new followers, the views on the Slikk documentary as well in the comments. I appreciate all that shit. I do read all the comments. I don't respond to all of them, but you know, I'm gonna go ahead and shout out a couple people too. Shouts out Stay with Backwood. Shouts out Globefish, Cold Trey Kenshin, Tom Cruise, DJ Carcinogen, Roderick, all the new followers. I fuck with y'all heavy. Until next